What's going on YouTube? I'm Nick the Tutor, and today we're going to talk about the AP Psychology exam. In this video, we're going to go over the format of the exam, exactly how it's scored, and give you the tips to get that 5 on the test. So let's get into it. If you like the content of these videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing videos about APs, SAT all year long, so definitely check that out. But let's get into it. All right, so this year's AP Psychology exam is going to be on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. So mark that on your calendar. If you are taking the test, you want to give yourself a few weeks of advanced study time to make sure you're prepared. But let's get into what's actually on the test. So it's actually a pretty short test. It's only about 2 hours long, and it covers all the content for AP Psych. Now, you're really going to want to emphasize vocabulary. You want to know all the necessary vocabulary for your AP class, especially in psychology, as it's hugely important. In order to succeed on this test, you're going to need to understand the concepts of psychology. You're also going to need to connect them to real-world issues in order to get that 4 or 5 on the test. Now, this test is very consistent year over year, so doing prior practice tests is going to be your #1 way for preparing for the AP exam. But I also want to go over the format of the test. So first, you're going to have 100 multiple choice questions. These are worth 100 raw score points, and you have an hour and 10 minutes to complete them. This is actually going to be 2/3 of your grade on the AP exam for the raw score, which will then be scaled into your final score out of 5. Now, on these multiple choice questions, you're going to have to define concepts, and you're also going to have to apply them to real-world scenarios. You're also going to have to do some data analysis and some scientific investigating to get the answers to the questions, but still they're multiple choice, so you always have a chance to guess. There are no points deducted for wrong answers, so you want to make sure to fill in every question on the test, even if you have to guess. Part 2 is the free response questions. You have 2 free response questions. You have 50 minutes to complete them, and they end up being 1/3 of your raw score on the test. In this part of the test, you're going to have to explain behavior and apply concepts in a psychological context. You're going to have to analyze psychological research studies and interpret the data through charts and graphs. Using a study guide and taking practice tests is the #1 way to study for any standardized test, AP Psych included. Look at the description below. I have a link to our study guide for AP Psychology. It will help you get a 5. Check it out. I also included a discount code so you can pay a little bit less and still study for the exam, so check that out. Now let's talk about the scoring of the test. You're going to get a raw score out of 150 points, 100 from the multiple choice and 50 from the free response questions. This is going to be scaled over to your score out of 5. A 4 is going to fall from a 93 to 112 raw score, and a 5 is going to fall from 113 to 115 raw score. So that is your goal. For the free response questions, you're going to be graded out of 7 for each free response, and then each response is going to be multiplied by 3.57 to make it equal to a total of 50 points. With a 15% rate of 5s and a 22% rate of 4s, the AP Psych exam is considered to be one of the easiest AP exams. That said, you definitely want to study for the test, so check out that study guide in the link below. If you have any questions about the exam or how you should prepare, drop a question below in the comments. I always like to respond to all of you and make sure that you're doing the best you can on the AP exams. Shoot for that 4 or 5, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.